How are you all doing, everyone? What an amazing day here in Takapuna on the North Shore here in Auckland. Great to escape the city buzz and come and chill beachside. What a way to roll into episode 58. Apologies, we have had a few weeks off. We've been planning our next adventure. Actually going to be overseas for a good chunk of the New Zealand summer, so sadly we'll miss a fair bit of it, but we have our next adventure penciled in. So why not, roll out a nice, cool episode to showcase, the New Zealand beauty, especially the nature. A lot of people come down to New Zealand to explore, the countryside for the amazing nature, whether it's trails, waterfalls, beaches, islands, as well as, coming in and seeing, what the cities have to offer too. Auckland City, Wellington, for example, have a lot to offer for culture, food, cafes, restaurants. So we're going to showcase some of our personal favourites since we've been here in New Zealand, nature as well as city. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's get into it. City versus nature, the New Zealand episode. In all honesty, we could probably do a whole episode just on the nature, the top things to do nature-wise here in New Zealand. I mean, both on the North Island and the South Island. Wow, there is so much to see. I mean, one of the big ones for us is the waterfalls. There's so many cool waterfalls here on the North Island and again in the South Island. Probably one of our favourites that we've done would be Milford Sound, not far from Queenstown. Absolute beauty, and it just really goes to show you the amazing nature side of things here in New Zealand. Another major draw card is the coastline. We've probably spoke about Coromandel a heap in previous episodes. Cathedral Cove is a big standout, as well as a lot of the islands, Waiheke Island. There's a lot to see on the North Island, and then again, once you get down the South Island, there's a lot of amazing national parks and islands worth visiting as well.
Can it just be tonight, under the night sky? Gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic?
If you guys want to rack up the kilometres, then nature trails, walking trails, there's an abundance of them here in New Zealand. We've been lucky to cover a few of them. We did an episode on all the volcanic and geothermal walks you can do, but wow, the North Island, the South Island are full of them, whether it's walking through the redwood forest down in Rotorua, some of those geothermal walks, then all the walking trails and hiking you can do down the South Island as well. So if you guys are into that, then definitely worth visiting New Zealand. It's well known for its nature trails, and that's one thing we've really loved, getting away for the weekend and just, seeing some of the countryside. Now let's talk about viewpoints, whether you're scaling Mount Eden here in Auckland City, overlooking that amazing city skyscape, you're down in Mount Maunganui, over in Devonport, Mount Victoria, or even better down the South Island. New Zealand has some amazing viewpoints, some amazing mountains. That's one thing. You've got to pencil in whether it's some local, city stuff, whether you're in Auckland, or going one better, heading down the South Island and doing, Mount Cook, for example. Alright everyone, probably one of our favourite parts of this episode, we move on to the city section. Whether you're flying into Wellington, Christchurch or Auckland, no doubt you're going to be flying into one of the major cities here in New Zealand. We've been lucky enough to, spend a few years here in Auckland, so we definitely know the ins and outs, whether it's raining, it's a sunny summer's day like it is today, plenty of activities to do, while you're visiting the city. So, if you're a movie buff, there's a day trip down to Hobbiton movie set, the Weta Workshop, which we just covered, as well as Sky Tower, and even if you're into day trips, WaihekeIsland, North Shore, head over to Takapuna, enjoy the beach. So plenty to do while you're visiting the city. But one of the big focuses, we love our food, as you know. We love to focus on our food. So in the last few episodes, we've been showcasing a few food destinations as such to go to. So that's probably one big thing. If you're spending your time in Auckland, you're not going to get bored. There's actually plenty of things to do, especially during the night.
Can it just be us tonight? Under the night sky, gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic?
A favourite city of ours during our time here in New Zealand is definitely Wellington. We've spent plenty of times down there. We've done a handful of trips. We've actually gone down even for 48-hour weekends just to kind of get away from Auckland City and go experience a whole nother New Zealand city vibe. I guess there's plenty of highlights there, whether it's going to Mount Victoria, enjoying those views, down that viaduct, wharffront as well. During the summer it's actually gorgeous, very, very nice. During the winter it can get pretty chilly with those wind chills, but all in all, Wellington, I think if you're visiting New Zealand, especially on the North Island, you definitely want to pencil in a few days there. We've got a few friends down there who have pointed out a few cool things to do, but definitely one of our favourite cities here in New Zealand. One of the big hitters here in New Zealand, located on the South Island, Queenstown. Some of you guys may say, look, it's not a major city, fair call, but to us, it's a big destination worth slotting in on your New Zealand itinerary. There's a lot to do, whether it's, the whole beauty side, nature side of things, but the actual township itself, we really enjoyed, a lot of cool bars, food culture, plenty to do in and around Queenstown city as such. So it'd be rude not to visit New Zealand, especially if you're doing a whole trip, North Island, South Island, without slotting in Queenstown, guys. So this is up there as one of our favourites. Two cities we actually haven't been able to slot into this episode, so a few people may say, look, you haven't included Christchurch. you have included Dunedin. We have not been to those cities yet during our time here in New Zealand. It's on our list. Hopefully we can do it while we're still here. We actually planned to go to Christchurch, but we actually did an overseas trip instead, so fingers crossed over the summer we can get down there. But hopefully you guys have liked this episode, Nature vs City here in New Zealand. So if you guys are visiting this country, hopefully it gives you guys a few ideas, you know, what to do, whether you're flying into a city, then you want to go out and explore the nature. But this will be our last episode here in New Zealand for a bit. Next video, we're going to be overseas, new location, exploring some new cultures. So yeah, appreciate all the support. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next one.